You know, the civil rights movement has always been near and dear to my heart as an African American. And earlier this year, I had this thought that I think the civil rights movement has many, many lessons that it could teach us going forward, and lessons that we need to carry forward, and lessons that go beyond what we learned in the textbook and go beyond the history, the cities, and the people. Like lessons that teach us the best of being a human and what it means to be human. So I got my team, me and Dr. Adam Froerer, and we decided to go to prominent locations from the civil rights struggle and see what we could learn and what lessons we would pick up. And to be honest with you, it was the single most life-changing experience I've ever had. We went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we visited the site of the Black Wall Street Massacre. We went to Little Rock, Arkansas, and visited Little Rock Central High School, where the Little Rock Nine integrated that school. We went to Memphis, Tennessee, where Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. Jackson, Mississippi, where Medgar Evers was assassinated. We went to Glendora, Mississippi, where Emmett Till was assassinated. We went to Money, Mississippi, where Emmett Till encountered the clerk at the store that led to the end of his life. We went to Dr. Martin Luther King's house in Atlanta, Georgia, and many other places. And we recorded this whole process, and my team right now is working to compile this video into a documentary style video that I'm so excited to share with you. I can't even tell you. And I'm so excited that in celebration of Juneteenth, which is kind of the African American Independence Day here in 2021, I'm gonna give you a sneak preview of this video. Enjoy. Bro. Journey of how many miles did you calculate?
Well, just to Tulsa is 275.
How many total? Probably about 1,000.
A lot.
So we're gonna take a journey of 1,000 miles in probably equal tiers, and hopefully even more inspiration, more education, and like my hope for this trip is to find, like what we do in solution-focused brief therapy is very much resource-driven and outcome-driven. And like, I think my hope is that we can find the resources of the African-American community and how these communities went through these tragedies and yet kept going. And to confirm the importance of outcomes, right? Because like there must have been an outcome they wanted to help get them through. So let's go to the locations, let's travel back in time a bit, see what we find.
Sounds like a plan.
So something really incredible happened. We came here to Black Wall Street, which is the Greenwood neighborhood historically, right? Greenwood. Blind, like not knowing who we would meet, what we would say, and that's kind of intentional. We wanted to see this experience organically and to see what would happen and what we would learn when we came here. And I found an incredible resource who's gonna talk to us about this amazing, I say amazing, and I know that sounds out of context, but like this amazingly inspirational story. Like what happened here was so incredibly tragic. But whenever, as an African American, like whenever I hear about these really tragic African American experiences, I can't help but feel inspired because I see what African American people have built post these tragedies. But I don't think we know enough about the tragedies, and someone's about to teach us exactly that. Okay, so we're walking around making our video about this place, and I came across a place called Faces of Greenwood that was started by a teacher named Lincoln, who's gonna, I'll introduce you to him in a second. But right now, Jackie is with us from the Tulsa Chamber of Commerce.
Greenwood Chamber of Commerce here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
What would you want people to know about Greenwood? What happened here and how the people have gotten on since.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing story because in the 1920s, this was the greatest concentration of black millionaires. They called it Black Wall Street, as a matter of fact. And it just continued to grow with doctors and lawyers, and they had their own school system, library system. Anything you needed was in Greenwood. They didn't have to go anywhere else. So the money circulated amongst ourselves, which was great. Well, then over time, probably jealousy, but anyway, the whole 35 blocks was destroyed. All we have left is one street of buildings. It was rebuilt the next year, amazingly enough, in 1922, despite the insurance companies denying to pay any of the claims for the businesses. So just by their bootstraps, their grit, their ingenuity, they came back, built back, and was operating again, and then it hit another decline period in the 1940s, and then they built an expressway through in the 60s, and that kind of killed the neighborhood. So we're just trying to save the buildings, and because they're pretty old, and we're trying to bring people down here to experience what we have gone through and how we have persevered, and prosperity is coming back, and just the greatness that's come out through athletes and celebrities and movie stars and educators. A lot of good has come out of this, and we just want it to continue.
What I get super excited about is not just telling people about 1921, but also telling about 1922. Like so many people, I read on a sign 10,000 people were homeless.
Right, yeah.
And the next year they rebuilt it without any help from insurance companies. And that's amazing. And if you don't understand 1922, you can't really understand 1921. And I think even when they do teach the stories of African Americans in this country, they teach like the tragedy story and not the triumph story, which to me,
absolutely.
1922 is just as important
Yeah.
as 1921. So excited to be here. Jackie, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna give you a fist bump so I don't give you COVID. Thank you so much for watching that video. You know, in the next few months, we're gonna be releasing the whole video, and I am so excited for you to see it. So what I want you to do is head on over to my website. If you're not already, subscribe to my email list, which you can find on my website. Head on over to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I want you to be the first notified once this video is ready. I am sure it's gonna impact your life just like it did mine and Adam while we were on this trip.